Hey, Galaxy here. So, lots of things going on in the Madden community these days. First, we got some ratings here for the quarterbacks, some leaked ratings, and then I got some leaks later. Somebody was able to get in the beta, take some screenshots of some new abilities we're going to next year. So that'll come later in the video. But first, I want to talk through, of course, the quarterback rankings and ratings that they revealed. They will do the tune in Friday, July 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Madden ratings. So they're making a big deal out of it, and of course, there's going to be a lot of debate about, who's rated right, who's rated wrong. So let me hear the comments, what's right, what's wrong about it. I'll get my thoughts right here. Patrick Mahomes being a 99 overall, I feel like that's right. I don't feel like many people are going to disagree with that. If you regress him to league average, though, he's actually not that good. No, it will be interesting to see, obviously the abilities matter much more than ratings this next year. So what abilities they have as their superstars will be way more important than a lot of these ratings. Although throw power, like we know, is kind of freaking nice. 97, an absolute cannon. So they actually gave 99 throw power to Josh Allen, who they don't have listed here. But that was one of the things they teased. But let's go through the list one by one. Russell Wilson getting a 97 overall with 86 speed. A lot of people, some people thought Russell Wilson could have been the MVP last year because he did a lot more with, or he did a lot with a lot less than Mahomes, and really, you kind of got to give that to him. But a lot of that's his ability to kind of escape the pocket, get around, make plays on his own. He's a lot like Aaron Rodgers that way, right? They've always had pretty underwhelming weapons, outside of a few, of course, right? They've each had some pretty decent weapons, but they make do a lot with worse GMs and schemes sometimes than they need to. So Aaron Rodgers at 89. I feel like that's a little low in my opinion. I feel like Aaron Rodgers last year was running with a bunch of guys that probably wouldn't even make the practice squads. And I'm like, oh, okay, they'd probably make the practice squad. But a lot of untalented wide receivers. And so he's got a good running back, but he's got no weapons. Tom Brady last year, similar thought, true, right? Tom Brady, but he had the evil mastermind last year as his coach. This next year, it'll be interesting how often he ends up on his back, because Arians, not a big fan of protection, a big fan of long routes, but he's got mega weapons this year between Gronk. And we'll go through a few of these leaked ratings here in a second, with Gronk getting a pretty high rating from the leaks. So Breeze, Lamar Jackson, fair enough. Lamar, the cover guy, getting lower than a 99. Not bad. I mean, Lamar's still got a lot to prove, right? He's proved it for a year, been in the league for a couple, but really last year he came into his own, really improved. So we'll see if he continues with it. Velocity on the throw power, a little bit lower. Breeze is, even though he's a 93, I think he's way worse than a lot of these other guys, because he's not mobile and he's got bad throw power. That's significantly worse than Brady or Aaron, depending on his, of course, abilities. Matt Ryan, 87. Deshaun Watson, I feel like, is low for me. Watson's another one of those. Now that he won't have Hopkins this year, so that's going to be extra rough. But I feel like he could have been bumped a few points. I would have probably put him, 88, probably above that. I don't know. Do you guys think about Tom Brady at a 90? He kind of fell off, but, that team kind of fell off a little bit near the end of the year. They were looking dominant. At least that defense was early on. Carson Wentz, 84. Dak, 84. So Eagles and Cowboys fans, continue. Just go at it. Just go hog wild at each other. That's one of my favorite things when these two fan bases talk about which quarterback is better. I love that Madden tied them in overall, so they can continue it. And those are the top 10 quarterbacks or whatever number that is on the board. Let me know in the comments. But anyways, let's go through all the quote-unquote leaks so far. So Madden rating. So Madden School has all the leaks in one spot. But I'll go through some of the screenshots that were passed along to me, that were passed along to him from another guy, that were passed along from the original guy that had him. But he went Chicago based. So we know these are wrong, right? The reason why we know these are wrong, I just want to go to the Saints. Where you at, Saints? Saints. All right, so Drew Brees 93 is right, but Michael Thomas they had at a 98. And why these are wrong is because we have this image of Michael Thomas wearing the 99 overall pendant. I don't know if you can see that. There you can. So he is wearing it around his neck that he's a 99 overall because he caught a lot of slant passes. I think people say things, just to piss off other people. Michael Thomas is a supremely, I would say, talented wide receiver, and people just say that he only catches slant passes just to piss off other. I don't know. Do people actually believe that? I don't know. But anyways, so he is a 99 overall. So these are, we know they're slightly wrong, but these are taken from the beta. So the beta is always close to finalized, but not finalized. So these are basically pretty close. You'll probably get a little bit differences on a lot of these guys, but a lot of it does kind of make sense. Kamara's only an 88. That's strange to me. Wagner a 98. I feel like that's a little high, so I don't know. That's what it is. The Steelers, Minka's way too low. TJ Watt should not be an 86, right? He had a very good case for defensive player of the year last year, and they got an 86. So, yeah, I don't know if I trust any of this because that's just wickedly low, right? That's like what he was last year. He should be 96. It's better, get a better chance to get a 96 than 86. Anyways, so those are the ratings that we know, the official ones on the quarterbacks. I put that, these leaked ones, and then a bunch of leaked screens too. So I want to go through this stuff for like the new abilities. Now this is also from the beta. The beta is now shut off, so people can't get into it anymore for doing some, I don't know how they hacked their way into it. But he's got Escape Artist, Fast Break, which you guys know those two are from last year. Basically, Escape Artist, get outside the pocket fast when you're passing. Fast Break, when it's a designed run, you go quickly. Quick Draw is new. Faster throwing animations when under pressure. So interesting, they speed up the quick, like maybe they give him Gunslinger when this is under pressure. I love it, right? They sped up quarterback motions this year themselves. So he's got Quick Draw, which is even cooler. Makes you know, him get away from pressure even better. Makes Lamar Jackson crazy. That's kind of cool. I really like that. Jukebox, better steerable juke animations. And then Tight Out, which means consistent catching from tight ends who beat their coverage. Now, I don't know what beat their coverage means, what kind of range. It's kind of like, you know, fuzzy. Is it going to kind of be like this past year where a lot of people were just doing like swerve catchings? Where like they say gift wrapped help a lot of people kind of catch that stuff. So it depends on what beat the coverage means. And what you know, are you going to spec catch guys? They're kind of like 2 yards away for you. So that'll be interesting to see how good Tight Out is this next year. All right, next screenshot. Here are just some of the ratings that page was based off, the 98s. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Khalil Mack, KELCE, Miller right there. So we kind of went through those. You can look through all those. So I'm not going to go through them all because they're not exactly correct. Here's more of those leaked screenshots of the ratings. But the leaked screenshots all got, you know, like I said, classified and put on this Madden School website. So I just want to show some of them off before we kind of go forward. Harrison Smith, Rob Gronkowski, 95 overall is kind of insane. Insane indeed. Russell Wilson abilities. Okay. Escape Artist, Clutch. Reduce zone objectives late in close games. So, he has Blitz Radar for his special thing. Oh, sorry. I should throw the... I didn't look at Truz. Can't fumble, result the tackle. That's something we knew from the beta. So that's on Lamar Jackson. Back to Russell Wilson. He has Gutsy Scrambler and immune to defensive pressure while on the run. Agile Extender, higher chance to evade the first sack by a blitzing DB. So like the 1-4-6 contain blitzes, if they're coming back or some way of getting some sort of contain blitz back, he just break it by a DB. Long range Deadeye, so if you chuck the ball, so his deep accuracy doesn't matter because he's going to hit it anyways. Long range style. So not as good of abilities on Russell Wilson as Lamar Jackson. I don't even think it's close. Richard Sherman, he has Chuck Out. Zone chucks fatigue the receiver, and then deep out zone knockout. Improve reactions, knockouts, and deep outside zone. So if he's in like a deep third, he just knocking it down, right? Deep third, that's kind of what you want to play him. You want to play a zone coverage with him. You can put him at safety even, you know, and you can put him there at that deep out zone KO. He'd better reactions and knockouts, but yeah, the chuck outs. You really want to zone chuck him, not man chuck, but zone chuck. And maybe they could do like he does IRL. You zone chuck him in a cover 3 and then you bail. I don't know. In previous years, whenever you got a chuck animation in a deep third, you lost and you gave him a touchdown. We'll see if they fix that this year or not. Derrick Henry, he has freight. Oh, I didn't look at his X factor. Tighter coverage and more interception. I could test the fact. All right, so shut down, whatever. Freight Train, armbar, more powerful stiff arm animations, and reach for it. Frequently gains additional yards while being tackled. So more of like a fall forward type running back. What kind of... Wait, what? Derrick Henry? What? Okay. Weird outfit choice for a Titan. But frequently gains additional yards for being tackled. Awesome. That brings, you know, power backs to allow them to get a couple more yards. Exactly what they do as a power back. Rodgers has Gambler and... Yeah, that was in there last year. I think all these things... I don't know what this one is. I don't remember what this one is. Whatever this one's kind of the more interesting one to me. This superstar ability. This one's locked, so whatever that is. We have Devontae Adams ratings. We have Drew Brees ratings like we saw in that other combined thing on Madden School. Mike Evans. Nick Chubb. Jamal Adams in 92. Ramczyk. Keenan Allen. Cameron Hayward's in 90. Casey Hayward's a 90. A couple Haywards back-to-back. Travis KELCE, all right. He has deep out elite and tight end apprentice. Yeah, we knew this from the beta, so not that big of a deal. We saw him in there doing that kind of thing. So those are the same things. Fearmonger for Fletcher Cox with under pressure and El Toro. El Toro was also in the beta. Dominant bull rush wins for max pass rush points and under pressure. Larger area effect for quarterback pressure and disruption. Same thing we had this in Madden 20. Justin Simmons ratings. Aaron Donald at El Toro and under pressure. Also, on-field blockers have their resistance bars white with your X factor. That's kind of crazy. You get to wipe them like a butthole. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Evasive, grad stealable, spin and juke, and backfield master. More hot routes and improved catching for the backfield for Christian McCaffrey. I almost feel like that's not enough for him, right? Christian McCaffrey is like, if not the best, one of the top 2 running backs in the league right now, and they gave him just 2 abilities. X factors I don't really care about. Like, don't at me about X factors. Don't care. But yeah, interesting that he gets just 2, huh? Maybe this will change going into the game too. Short and elite route apprentice George Kittle. We're just looking for like new ones. Strip specialist and edge threat elite with a relentless on Chandler Jones. Those are not new from 20. And then Jalen Ramsey bench press. Press wins fatigue the receiver. So like that's a new one, right? Press wins fatigue the receiver. So that looks like man and zone press wins. So Jalen more of like a man cover guy I would use him as for the press. Because I don't know. I'm worried about zone press not working like it has in previous years. But if they fixed it, it could be very powerful for a zone press versus just the regular chuck animation. Obviously, you could chuck animations before, but they were never very like super effective outside of like stopping people from getting too vertical in like a cover 2 to do outside route wins on like fades. Like if they reroute them inside. But like we'll see if man press is good this year. Because if you get 3 guys man press and you do that, you put the bench press on them all, and like you blitz 7 or 8. Then, like, they have, like, forever to get off the line of scrimmage. You're like, huh, I win. And you get sacked. One step ahead, faster reactions to receivers, cuts, and man coverage, which is basically man coverage elite or whatever it was. Man coverage ability from previous years, just renamed. And then bottleneck, down only win man press attempts if he gets his X factor active, which, again, X factors are too finicky for me to really bring him into a scheme. But it's nice that it kind of, like, doubles down on his man press type of scheme that you want to run him in with the bench press. So Jalen Ramsey, looking interesting. Los Angeles Chargers. That's kind of what I have. New abilities, kind of cool. We get the quarterback ratings right here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.